Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rizk Horani, and on behalf of Legacy Leavers, today I'll be showing you how to install Anki and some recommended add-ons, as well as how to import decks into said program. And finally, I'll wrap it up with some recommended settings that, in my opinion, will be most beneficial for you during your medical studying. These settings will be explained at a later date. So without further ado, here are my contact details, my email and my phone number. If you have faced any problems or have any questions for me. So I have actually some questions for you. First being, have you ever installed Anki before? If not, then you should continue the rest of the video, as this tutorial was actually made just for you. If yes, then one more question. Do you want to keep your data? Your data being the decks you already progressed with? If no, then at the end of this video there is a part where I will show you how to update your Anki and your add-ons, as well as clear any previous data, and then I recommend you come back and we'll continue the rest of the video. If yes, you want to keep your data, then I suggest you contact me, as each person have different circumstances on what to remove and what to keep, and if you contact me, I'll try to my best to help you with my knowledge to the best of my abilities to accommodate your circumstances. But no matter how you answered the questions before, I think everybody should install the Anki Care Package folder in the description from the Google Drive of Legacy Leavers. So, when you click the link in the description, a page similar to this should appear, and I would like you to download the folder itself. So you click next to the letters this download icon, and it should start downloading. The folder is quite big, so it may take some time if you have a slow internet access. Either way, I have already downloaded the folder for the sake of time. So after downloading the folder itself, you can see there are three icons. One is the application itself. One is the deck I recommend everybody to use, the latest version as well as the add-ons I recommend. So clicking in, so to install the program itself, you click this Anki 2.148 for Windows. There will be another tutorial for Mac as well at a later date. But this is for now. We'll start with the Windows install. So we double click on this. I recommend to keep the default destination folder, but you can change it depending on the sizes of your storage. But either way, I will leave it for default. Next, I'll install it. The install was completed. We can close this now, and you can see if its install was successful, then an Anki program should have been installed to your desktop. So if you're watching this section of the video, it means that you have previously installed Anki and may even have some decks and add-ons already installed with it as well, but you want to start fresh. So to start, you open Anki itself, and you should have something similar to this with some decks here installed already, but you want to remove them all. So to do that, we first click File, switch Profile, Add, then we type the name of a new profile, so for example my name, and then we delete the previous profile. Yes, and we open. As you can see, the example deck has been deleted, and you should have just default here for you as well. Next, I want you to clear your add-on folder, because we will be updating or downgrading your version of Anki to 2.1.48, as it is the latest supported Anki for the add-ons itself. So we click Tools, we click Add-on, we click View Files, then we close Anki itself, and this folder will be left open. We select all, we hit delete, and everything should be removed, and then we close the add-on 21 folder itself. Next is we have to downgrade or update to 2.1.48. So we don't even have to uninstall Anki itself. We can just double click the one found in the Anki care package I asked you to download, click on the exe file, and install as previous. When the installation is done, your Anki, when you open your Anki, it should be clear and as if it's new, and then you can watch the rest of the video on how to add the new add-ons and import the deck as well as the settings if you watch the rest of the video. So after we successfully installed the program, we can click onto the program itself, and what should greet you is this: an empty Anki program. Now we learn how to apply the add-ons into the program itself. So in this page, we click on Tools. Next, we go to Add-ons, and then we go to View Files. A folder should appear, a folder called Add-ons 21. We would like to just go back one page to Anki 2. So we'll have the folder outside here, like this, like so. Next, we'll go back to the folder we downloaded, and there should be something called 2.1.45-48 add-ons, and we will just double click it. So majority of people may have a folder like this because this is a zipped file, but some may have a program specific to unpack such zip files, but I would think majority will just have like a normal folder like such as this. Either way, by double clicking this folder itself, an add-on 21 folder should appear like this, and I want you to drag this folder into the Anki 2 folder. This may take some time, so it's just moving this folder to this and overwriting the existing folder here. Perfect. The move was successful. Everything was dragged, and if you open now the folder, it should be filled. You can close the add-on 21 folder here, and you should restart Anki itself. By reopening Anki, it should look slightly different to you. So that is how to install all the add-ons in the Anki care package. So alternatively, you can also install add-ons by this way. This may be useful for people who cannot find the directory itself, like in people in Mac, or who are just who just cannot find it for whatever reason, especially people in Mac. So we go to the add-on folder from tools here, go to view files. So it's the add-on 21 folder itself will open. So instead of going back, we can also do this by opening the add-on in the add-on folder in the care package. By opening also the add-on 21 folder itself, you can see there's a list of add-ons here. So instead of copying the 21 folder, we copy the list of add-ons and drag it directly into the add-on 21. It's the same concept, but it's easier for people who cannot go back to Anki 2, the Anki 2 folder, like people in Mac. So you just wait until it completes the move, and then you just restart Anki like before. For the sake of the demonstration, I will show it to you right now that it will work. There we go. You close the add-on 21 folder, close the Anki itself, restart it, reopen it, and it should be as if you installed it like the previous method. So I hope it helps people who are using a Mac. So now that we have learned how to install the program and its recommended add-ons, next we will learn how to import the deck itself directly into the program. One way is through this import file. You click on the import file in the bottom of the program, and then you look for the Anki care package that we downloaded, and we click the Anki V11 deck. We click open. It will take a very long time to process and add these decks because of its sheer size. It's a 3 GB file, but at the end it will be worth it, as the deck itself contains media from various resources that you can read and study about at your leisure. So the wait is well worth it. After the import finished, it should look something like this. We can close this, and as you can see, a deck has been added called the Anki with some subdecks, step 1, step 2 as well. So this would generally be how it will look. So now that we finished adding the deck, we will now mess around with the settings of each of the deck itself and what to change here. Now, I wouldn't worry too much about what each setting means for now, as I will explain to it later. So I'm just going to show you what to change for the sake of completeness and preparation. So before we start, what we have to do is you have to click on the star next to the Anki deck, and you'll see an options clickable here. Before you click it though, if you click it directly, this will come up to you. We don't want this to come up. So what we do instead is when you go to the options, we hold shift and then the options. Next, we will we want to make a different options group or a new options group. So we click and add, and here we can start, we write the name, so whatever name comes up is fine, or I prefer recommended settings, for example. Next we'll move to the steps. I just want you to follow along here. We write 25, 1440. The order I prefer. So basically, it's the order of how which like when new cards are shown to you. What order you'd like it to be? Like, is it in order added when the card was made, or at random orders? For me, I prefer in order added, but it depends on each person, so you can change it to your choosing. New cards per day as well can be changed. It can be changed to your choosing, but I prefer to keep all cards that I want to do that day to be shown. So I put 999, as well as the gradual interval should be changed to 3, and the rest should be kept the same. For the reviews, maximum reviews per day must be kept at the maximum it can be, so 9999. So all reviews must be done per day. You can't pick and choose the amount of review cards you do per day. For the easy bonus interval modifier, we keep it the same. For the maximum interval, I put it at around 120 days, but again, it's as per circumstance. It's not hard fixed, this one. I disable free weekend. Next, we move to the lapses. The lapses we put 30, 1440 in the steps. For the interval, we put 20%. The minimum interval will be 3, and the leash threshold is 8, and the leash action is a tag only. Again, explanation of each of these settings will be given in the presentation at a later date. General, we would like to ignore answers later than 180 seconds. Will automatically show answers after 20 seconds, and me personally, I like it when the timer is shown, but you can change it as well. After we did this, so this recommended settings, we would like to do set for all subjects, and we click yes here, and now the settings that we have changed will be applied to all of the subjects. And that's it for the settings. So now that we've reached the end of the technical part of the Anki installation tutorial, your Anki is almost set and ready for use. But just before we end the video, I would like to confirm that the deck has been imported at it completely, and to start the first step in what might be the workflow that you will be using to use these cards properly. It will be explained in a session given decided upon at a later date. So without further ado, let's just check the cards itself. So we click on browse, and then this page will open. Next we'll go to decks itself, and we see Anki. We click on that one. The number of cards should be 43,254. Any less means that you had an incomplete import, and I think you should remove and re-import back again, or re-download the deck itself. But a majority of you will have a complete import hopefully. Next step is to click one of these. So as you can see here, each tab here, or each row here, is one card. So I want you to click one of these cards, then Control A, where it selects all the cards, all 43,254 cards, and I want you to click Suspend these cards. Again, you may be wondering why we are doing this. This will be explained at the session decided upon at a later date. So now that we suspended all 43,254 cards, you can close this, and you can see that you don't have no more cards, and this is completely normal. And again, you'll understand it later. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope to see you in the presentation. And good luck.